February 3, around 7 o'clock. So this submer came from Bilya, and it broke. The wire burnt, and so I had it repaired, and the cost to repair is 3,500 or 3,500 peso. So the only thing I don't like is how the this thing is bulging like this. So I'm going to see about making it flatter. It's just the way it is. Anyway, we'll see. Once I remove the insulator or black tape, we'll see what it look like. So the this is how the wired it up. The solder. This is solid core. This is stranded. So how they did it was what you call tack solder. Eventually this would fail because solder with dissimilar metal, they tend to break contact after a while. Maybe 5 years this would just come loose, maybe even sooner. So the thing is what to do. I don't wanna, well, the submer needs to be serviced every 5 years, so maybe 5 years is okay. Maybe tack soldering is fine. Although I think I've heard that there's a tendency for these, once they're repaired, there's a tendency for these to come loose and become open circuit. So what to do then? It's the question. Now maybe I'll just crimp it. Maybe that's the right thing to do. Just crimp it. So this thing, they didn't even bother to solder. They just hook it up here and then twist it a few times, one turn, and then hope for the best. So when you're dealing with submersible repair here in the Philippines, expect this to happen and hope for the best that it'll remain fixed for over 5 years. However, don't take it for granted. So if the submersible is repaired and you see, well, I mean, if it's repaired and then before you leave the shop, they test it in front of your eye, and so the rationale is, well, you saw it working, so that's your warranty. You saw it working. So it's just the way it is. I mean, it's true. I saw it rotating, so it's working. How it's repaired is it's how it's repaired. So don't complain. That's just the way it is. If you want to be, if a person is perfectionist and repair, well, learn it and do it yourself. Sura. I'm too lazy right now to learn. So removing this, I have to set the iron at max because this is a solid core. It acts like a heat sink, so it took about over a minute just to remove that, 30 seconds at least, and that's really a bad thing. You really have to have a hot iron to deal with this kind of solid core copper wire. It takes time for the copper to heat up. So I asked the person that was repairing this whether they have to build a new winding inside, and the answer was no. They didn't rewound the coil inside. So I can infer that what happened was they saw the open circuit inside, or something was open circuit, and they simply reconnected inside. So there's no need for the motor winding to be reworked. So in the future, if I'm so inclined, if I'm constantly repairing this, I would learn to rebuild this kind of motor. Right now, I lack the initiative to take one apart because I don't have extra motor to take apart. So later when I do, I'll be learning how to fix submersible motor. So I've decided to use this kind of ferrule. It's easier to connect. It's I don't like it soldered, so hopefully what I'm doing will last a while. At least I'll know that I did it, and I don't have anybody to blame except myself. So if you want it done right, you gotta do it yourself kind of attitude. So okay, it's all connected, and I'm going to add the heat shrink here. The concern I have is water ingress here, so I'm going to goop it with electrical tape. So using this liquid electrical tape, I'm just gonna goop it and then heat shrink the whole assembly. So I've gooped it. I've liberally added a lot of liquid electrical tape just for sanity check. So I've connected these. So it's black to black, red to blue, and white to brown. So it's important to understand the connection so that when it's connected to the control panel, the phases are correctly wired properly. I'm here in Muñoz. I'm going to study the challenges with having two Submer sharing the same panel. So there's a bit of a power sharing challenges. In other words, when it's cloudy like this, depending on how smart the computer is, it would if there's a mismatch in how the computer handles the power, one will grab more power than the other one. So that's why I'm curious as to the behavior of the solar pump. So here the Submer number 1, it's the outflow is less, mainly because of the sun. The sun is hidden behind the clouds. So the voltage is at 1/4. It's going up and down. And RPM is at 3.6 amps. So it's going up and down. So depending on the load, it's as you can see, it's varying in value. 199. So, and of course, this is what happened at 99 volts. So I'm going to go to the other one. So this rice field is flooded from the Submer from yesterday. So I'm just gonna go over there and check out the voltage and power and amps. So the voltage, the sun is behind the clouds, so the voltage here is drooping at 96. So this Submer will start the function above 90 volts. So its RPM is 1500, amps is 1.7 watt. So it changes because of the sun. The sun is behind that cloud. So when you have two Submer sharing the same power, one will get more than the other, and this is what it looked like. And this is normal. So what one should do then is to add more power to compensate for a cloudy day like this. So it's trickling. It's still okay. As the sun comes out behind the clouds, this is what it does. So it's normal. And to compensate for this kind of behavior, I need to add one more bank, so there'll be 3 banks, but that's later. After the harvest, we're gonna add more banks, more panels to mitigate this kind of behavior. So, yeah, that's the behavior of 2 pumps sharing the energy from the panel, and the behavior with the sun, cloudy day. One will start up with full power, and then the other one, if it's not getting the power, it will just trickle the water coming out of the submer. Yeah, that's how it goes. Thanks for watching.